Yes, Wesley College and St. Peter's College, the two strong outfits in Group A. As we take a look at the two games that we had yesterday, Trinity College 48 points to 19 against Thurston College. That was at the Sugurdasa Stadium. And Royal College with another comfortable victory over the boys from Maradana, 33 points to 14 at the complex. There's 6 fixtures that we have lined up for today, Super Saturday, in the Dialogue Schools Rugby League for 2025. As we'll head into a short commercial break, we'll have team news and live action on the other side.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Tokyo Super, ඕන වැඩකට Super.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Saratama enjoy karana party ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
Injection එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය. චර්පි චිප්ස්. රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
එක පැත්තකින් වහගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. තමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකෝ දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Love Rugby,
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi, Fun Tamai.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
රාමෙන් පාරක් දාමුද?
මෙතන
විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඕනෙම තැනක රාමෙන්.
හඳුන්වා දෙන මෙල්බන් ස්නැකර්ස් කොරියන් රාමෙන් සේවරි විස්කට්. රාමෙන් සරට සෙට් වෙන්න.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. හැම සිතක්ම තිබිදේ රස lemon රසයේ.
ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff Maliban lemon puff chill when lemon
Our forests come in many forms. They can be up in the hills or down in the plains, fed by the rain or sculpted by the sun. Our forests are deeply rooted in us. They are a living inspiration.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
With back-to-back bonus point victories in their first two games, and Wesley College narrowly ahead on merit of their points difference. Ananda College too and DSA Nayaka have a win each with a bonus point. They are sitting on 6 points each in third and fourth, and Science College and St. Anthony's College both with 2 defeats to open up their 2025 campaign. But Science College ahead on the merit that they have collected both their losing bonus points.
Top point scorers Tidula Jayasuri from Royal and Idris Farooq, both Royal is topping the charts at 40 points each. Then we have the playmaker for Wesley Abdul Hadi at 30 points. Dinuka Pereira from Royal College also tied at third position, and then we got the Anand fullback Dinesh Chamudida 26 points, making that top 5 point scorers for the season. Early days, still 2 weeks, so we're going to have 7 more weeks of action, so we could have a close eye on the top point scorers also going into the next couple of interesting weeks coming up. And the top try scorers, that's also headed by Dilraj Jayasuri with 8 tries. Minlo Yadehige, who was the man of the match yesterday against Thurston, 7 tries. Dinuka Pereira for Royal 6. Abdul Malik 3 tries for Trinity, and Mikhail Karanratne, the Thomian, with 3 tries also. So early doors, but the Royal is on top with 8 tries this season. So a few more minutes as we look at the Science College team card. Hansaka Lianarachi Sitara Madhushanka Tarusha Galagi will be the front row, and Udan Gamage and Damita Hettiarachi will be the locks. Rivin Idrusuri and Manupa Metviru and Demita Silva will form the third row for the Science College outfit, and the 9-10 combination will be Metuka Idrisingh and Midula Abedira. Hiruka Idrisingh and Ritnaka Damage will be the centre pairing, and on the wings Akila Rajapaksha and Shakir Ishak will be the ones to look forward, and the last man in defence, and the Science keeper Dilruwan Pereira will complete the 15 for the Science. Yashen Bandara Tilakaratna Sandit Meddinu Ranvelige Peshara Vitanage Chandupa and Mindunu completes the Science lineup.
As for the defending champions, Farooq, Nimsara and Ratnayaka will continue in the front row. Revon Pereira, the experienced Revon Pereira and Talisha Soisa in the lock-in combination, and the loose forwards will be Lakindu Ranasinghe, Hashara Madugasge and Shenuka Pereira. In the halfback, in the halves combination, we'll have Rehan Shahid and Emit Javira, and in midfield we'll have Pramukha Aditya. And the only change from last week, Senud Dinsara slotting in for Netchan Mantusha, and a back three of Rajita Gion, Vian Rusit and the skipper Vishenka Silva. Replacements Pereira, Noel, Jaratna, Krishan, Mantusha, Herft, Kamil, Wahab, Pereira and Angelo.
The Peter outfit looks team will make progress in this school rugby league. Senuddin Sara coming back into that number 13 from the last week. He was the man of the match against the Anand game. Science on the other side needs to bounce back if they want to cling on to that fourth position. They have to, because if they end up in the last two positions, they may have to go to the ball, and then they have to play well to secure Division 1 rugby next season.
Yes, and that's something great about school's rugby season this time around, Nilan. It's that regardless of where you finish in the initial group, there is something to play for. The top two teams from each group competing for the Dialogue Schools Rugby League. As Vishenka Silva will kick us off from right to left of your screen here at Bambalapitiya. Collection is good, but St. Peter's College straight away up with the defense, and ball just spills out of that ruck there. And have the No, the ball has been knocked on, but Science College surviving an early scare.
Science College unable to get that exit straight away, but good pressure from the Peterites defense. Unfortunately, knock on from the corner from the Peterites to exit from their half and move forward towards the halfway mark with Methuka Idrisinghe now will feed to the scrum. Good pressure by the Peterites straight away. Shenuka Perera takes the ball now, spreading to the wings as Pramod Aditya goes into contact. Now Shahid looking for options straight.
For St. Peter's College, completely out-scrumming Science in that last play there. And then great awareness from Rehan Shahid to take the quick tap and find his forwards. And Janut Ratnayaka dives over for the first Amana Bank try in this clash. And St. Peter's College got what they wanted, and they got it early.
All the work was done by the forwards. Put on that pressure, the heavier pack, making it very easy for the Peterite forwards. And Rajita Gion setting sights on adding the extra points for the Peterites. Looks good. And that goes through, so that's a perfect 7 for the Peterites, scoring earlier on and converting 7 points to 0. We are just in the second minute of play.
Yes, as you said, Nilan, forwards doing all the work there for the Bamba Brig. Did well to pressure that initial collection of kickoff and managed to turn the ball over from that scrum, win the penalty. And St. Peter's College making it look all too easy. And Science College will need to tighten themselves up. And if not, it looks like it could be a long afternoon for the boys from Mount Lavinia.
I just need to forget now the early few minutes and come back to their game. They have their own attacking options with Dilruwan Pereira, Minuka Idrisinghe, Hiruka Idrisinghe. So just need to settle down first into this game as Dilruwan Pereira setting things off for the restart. This time a high-hanging kick and St. Peter's College knocking the ball over. And now Science looking to spread it wide with a long pass to Dilruwan Pereira, sending it to his fellow win 3/4 in the corner, but strappy ball. Now setting things up is Science. Straight away into contact is the Science forward there. Now Idrisinghe will look for Dilruwan, and Galage goes into contact. Good pressure from the Peterites, but still Science with possession. Another hit by Udan Gamage. Slow attacking move as Idrisinghe will go to his box kick now. High hanging kick collected by Vishenka Silva and puts the offload. Knock forward there by forward pass to Pramukha Aditya there. So Science finally getting some meters forward with that box kick.
Yes, drawing the error from the Peterite skipper there. Collected that high-hanging box kick from Methuka Idrisinghe, but unfortunately the pass to his centre was just marginally forward. And Science College now with a scrum just outside the Peterite red zone, and they'll be looking to go to their line here. Science College, if they are to make an impact in this game, Nilan, I feel will have to rely on their lightning quick line, as they seem to be severely outclassed in the forwards department. And just as I say that, Chenuka Pereira once again has the Peterites out-scrum Science College, and now they look to carry. Here's Janut Ratnayaka, the try scorer. Shahid up there, Marshall in his forwards. Big carry there from Sithila Nimsara, making it look all too easy are the Peterite forwards, and now they spray it out wide. Here's Vishenka Silva, stepping pass, lovely backhand pass to Vihana Rusit. Brings play close to the halfway mark. Peterites with a quick ball now. Shahid once again now going with the forwards. Big carry there from Chenuka Pereira, not letting it go. And now they look for the chip kick. Vishenka Silva spotted some space in the Science red zone, but the bounce is kind for Metuka Idrising and the Dilruan Pereira. Now Science College on the counter attack. Lovely dummy pass goes out to Dabare, brought down just outside the just past the halfway mark rather. And now Science College will go with their forwards. But brilliant counter-attacking work there by the skipper for Science College. Dilruan Pereira has bucket loads of experience in the Dialogue Schools Rugby League, been part of the setup for the past 3 to 4 seasons or so. And now Science College looking to go to their line. That was Minula Abedira. But just losing a few meters. Slow ball from the forwards, but managed to win the penalty. Didn't roll away there, the Peterite tackler. But this is good counter-attacking stuff from Science College, Nilhan.
They kept the position with themselves, but couldn't make an attack towards the Simba's defense. But finally, after winning that penalty, now Dilruan Pereira will look to gain some meters forward. You know that they have to get the line out sorted as the scrums are struggling. St. Peter's will know that as Dilruan Pereira takes his team towards the 22-meter mark. So the ideal opportunity earlier on for the boys from Mount Lavinia. 7 minutes gone, 7 points for the Peterites after that early try. Science have some sort of kept the Peterites at bay, only one attacking opportunity. But now Madhushankar needs to get this line out sorted quickly, as they go to the middle pod and forms a rolling maul. St. Peter's not committing a lot of defenders as Madhushankar breaks through to Science winger Ishak. Now Science looking for options. Straight away goes into contact, setting things up. Slow ball, good pressure from the Peterites. And have they turned over the ball? No, says the referee. And now Science has the opportunity, takes a quick tap. He's addressing, now spreading it to hit their main man Pereira. Now the forwards coming to join the attack. Good passage of play by Science. Now the big forward Lianage. Now to Silva. Silva tries to barge through, but St. Peter's defense keeping them at bay. Balled. And there will be a penalty for the Science team. St. Peter's not going the 10-meter. Now Idrising again goes to Silva. Good passage of play. St. Peter's trying to turn over the ball but unable to do so. Science slowly but steadily making that pick and drives go. Now the pick for Gallage. No movement there. Now Idrising will look for his options with Silva. Goes into contact, but good passage of defending by the Peterites, trying to rip that ball. But finally, a knock forward from Silva there. Spotted by referee. And St. Peter's doing good in defense and not allowing Science. But from Science perspective, that was some good build-up which they couldn't finish off.
Yes, definitely, Nilhan, but Science College will feel that that's an opportunity that they wasted. St. Peter's College, though, on Science College have been dominating proceedings in the last 5 minutes or so. They looked good for the score, but the Peterite defense holding firm and ensuring that they keep the door shut and managing to win the penalty via a handling error from the Science lads. And we'll have a slight hold up here as off your camera there was some blood drawn from the Peterite fly half Emit Javira. So the medical staff will be tending to him. The referees always making sure to be careful of the players on the field and can't have any open wounds, any blood, any claret, and continue the game. So play will be held up for a couple of minutes as the medical staff tend to Emit Javira. But as for Science College, Demita Silva from that number 8 position, Nilhan is looking good with some thumping carries, and the skipper Dilruan Pereira as well marshalling his back line, and they have been knocking on the door for the past 5 to 10 minutes or so.
Especially they have used Demita Silva a lot as the main man to go through, and we saw Tarusha Galage also been used a lot. And going through the few games happening, St. Thomas's are leading 7 points to 0 against Mahanama, and Zahira leading 5 points to 3 against Kingswood. And that's the news we got from the board 2 games, and Vidyartha College leading 5-0 against Sumangala. So things hotting up as we move into the 11th minute of play. St. Peter's knowing that this is some of the strongest point, the scrum in this game. No issues for Shahid, and St. Peter's with the advantage, and they will come back to the penalty. Not binding is the call from the referee. So, but a good passage of play from Science and putting Emit Javira under pressure straight away from the scrum.
Yes, Emit Javira, Nilan will be breathing a huge sigh of relief. Took way too long with that exit kick, but thankfully the Science scrum had not bound, and St. Peter's College were playing under advantage. If not, could have been a rather interesting passage of play there. So take a look at the replay. The number 12 for Science College, that's Hiruku Edrising, did well to put pressure on Emit Javira, but now Peters out of their red zone, and it's Shenuko Pereira to feed into a line out, and St. Peter's College forming the rolling maul. Science College committing numbers, but St. Peter's College continue to motor forward, now gained up close to 10 meters, stopped once is the call from the referee, and Shahid will now go to his line. Here's a Javir, lovely pass, set move now from the Peterites, that was Rajita Gion, but up with the defense, our Science College. Once again to the line, spraying it wide. Here's Dinsara stepping past a couple of defenders. Dinsara to Vishenka Silva to Vihan Rusit steps past a couple of defenders, finds that wide pass to Vishenka Silva, brought down 5 meters short of the try line. Play on is the call from the referee, and has Vihan Rusit gone over? No, he hasn't. So Science College surviving yet another scare, but was very nearly Amana Bank try number 2 for St. Peter's College.
Yeah, Vihan Rusit went towards his captain, but he had opportunity inside. He had Emit Javira also there. Could have been the other way around. As you see, Emit was fully open there. Went towards skipper Vishenka Silva. So could be another lost opportunity, unfortunately for the Peterites, but things are looking brighter when they spread the ball wide. And now a scrum, knowing that if they can turn this over, they have done 2 scrums and won all both the scrums with Science College. And now Science holding it up as Silva breaks through and goes straight into Emit Javira. And now Edrising will try towards the exit kick. St. Peter's put in the pressure, but Science going back to another move. Tamita Hettiarachi now into the Ruan Pereira, who puts the ball out to touch. So St. Peter's will get the ball back just near the 30-meter mark, and attacking line out for the Peterites.
Yes, good exit there by Dilruan Pereira. Was put under immense pressure by the Pete Wright forwards. And as you said, Pete Wrights have been able to win all the scrums, but this time scrappy work on the line out, but collected by Talisha Soisa. And Pete Wrights unable to form the role in maul, but they'll still look to go with their forwards. Yes, Farooq with a strong carry. But that's brilliant work there by Silva, managing to win that ball back, but did so illegally. So it will be a penalty for the Pete Wrights. And Vishenka Silva will look to find a good touch here to hopefully get that 5 meter line out. And the kick is decent, just about 8 meters or so outside the Thurston, I beg your pardon, the Science College whitewash, St. Peter's College. And the line out work will need to be tidy. They'll be looking to set up that roll in maul. But brilliant work there to spoil the line out by the flanker of Science College. And they've won the ball back off that Pete Wright line out. The Science forwards coming to the party when it matters. And now Science College with some possession. They look to go with their forwards, but lifted in the tackle by Farooq there was the Silva. And now they look for the exit kick. Exit kick doesn't find touch from Dilruan. And now collected by Vihan Rusit. Vihan Rusit looks for that inside ball. Didn't have a free man. But it will be a Science College penalty. So Science College surviving yet another scare, Nilhan.
A forward pass was the call, so there will be a scrum in favour of Science College. They were good on the last scrum. They managed to secure the ball. St. Peter's needs to do the scrum well and select the scrums that they want to turn over. They are going to push it hard. Now St. Peter's putting on the pressure for Silva. Silva quickly breaks through. And now Shankar Pereira trying to make a turnover, but no progress as Galage goes into contact. Idris Surya to Pereira. Puts the kick, a high-hanging one into the hands of skipper Vishenka Silva. He will try to run with Gian in the corner. Burst through one easily, but he's been bundled into touch. Unfortunately, could not run around. He had the support of Rajita Gian, but Peter skipper going past that line. So a line out in favour of Science.
Yes, once again the Pete Wright back line looking rather menacing. This time Vishenka Silva just running out of room, but it was good work there by Dabare to put pressure on the Pete Wright skipper and ensure that the score will remain at 7-0. Line out is tidy from Science College, and they'll form a rolling maul of their own. Already stopped by the Pete Wrights, and now they'll go to their line. And ball was held up there by the Pete Wrights. Brilliant work from the Pete Wright forwards once again. Didn't let that Science College player go to ground. And if he doesn't go to ground, Nilan, that counts as a maul rather than a ruck, which is much more favourable for the forwards. Here's Ratnayaka now. St. Peter's College playing around that halfway mark. Shahid to his line. Jayavira. Vishenka Silva though. Unforced error there. Ball turned over by Science College. But brilliant work by Rajita Gian to not let the Science line get away. But an unforced error from the skipper has probably caused another missed opportunity for St. Peter's College, Nilan.
A brilliant passage of play by the forwards to turn the ball over. Unfortunately, Science line speed there. Spot on, and the player watching the defender coming forward rather than the ball, and unfortunately losing the ball. So we're halfway through the first half. Still only the early score by the Pete Wrights. Science College have done well to keep the Pete Wrights at bay. Now Idris Singh will look for options as St. Peter's turn the ball over with Shenuka Pereira taking the ball from the back of the scrum and makes his way and still goes strong, but penalty in favour of Science. He has released the ball and then pick it up is the call. Another opportunity gone begging for the Peterites as Pereira will have his sight on a good touch find. Kick look good as he takes Science College near the 22-meter mark.
As Nilan and the Peterites will be ruining those missed opportunities, because we've seen already just 2 weeks in, St. Peter's College and Wesley College separated merely by the points difference. So come the business end of the season, the points difference, points for and points against could come into the picture in terms of qualification. And if the Peterites keep missing opportunities like this, it will be hard work for them come the later stages of the season. The line out is overcooked on that occasion and picked up by Revon Pereira. Revon Pereira taking a couple of defenders with him as he goes to ground. Here's Janut Ratnayaka up with the defense, our Science College. And the Peterites will continue to go with their forwards. Here's Farooq. Farooq gains a couple of meters. And the Peterites winning the penalty as well. So good work once again by the pod of forwards for St. Peter's College, managing to draw that penalty for not rolling away. And now Vishenka Silva will want to find a good touch. And he brings play towards the edge of the Science College 22. And St. Peter's College will want to find another score from here. They made hash of the last two lineouts in their favour, Nilhan. And the forwards who have been the driving force so far, as referee calls timeout.
Yeah, for the Peterites especially, they are looking towards Lakindu Ranasinghe in the lineouts. Last few lineouts have been scrappy for the home side as both teams take that 1 minute water break. 20 minutes gone, 7 points to nil. St. Peter's would be the team leading, but Science College have kept the Peterites at bay, and St. Peter's would be knowing that they missed out on few scoring opportunities. Especially their backs had few opportunities, unfortunately couldn't make any inroads. Science on the other side had done a lot of defense, and they had one early opportunity towards scoring a try. Unfortunately, Peterite defense kept them without allowing them to score. 7 points to nil, 20 minutes gone. St. Peter's will look to end this half on a high if they can score a few points going into the half time break.
Yes, if St. Peter's College were just a tad more clinical, Nilhan, they could have already had the bonus point. But unfortunately, as you said, the backs just not spotting the open spaces, Nilhan, I would say. A few times that the backs have made the wrong pass. Could have gone inside, I thought. But this backline pick for today's game, always preferring the outside option. Probably orders from their coaching staff, as Shenuka Pereira to throw into a line out for the restart. This time it's good from Lakindu Ranasinghe. Peterites forming the rolling maul. Peterites motoring towards that Science College red zone. They've entered the 22 meter now. What a brilliant play there from the Peterite forwards. Maul is eventually brought down, but not before they've gained at least 15 to 20 meters. And now Shenuka Pereira brings play near the 5 meter line, but that's once again spilled, this time by Pramukha Aditya. And another unforced error by St. Peter's College, costing them potentially another Amana Bank try.
It's a second spill for Aditya in this game. Straight away, same mistake as the previous one. And St. Peter's had 2 penalties, so no harm in that spill there, as Vishenka Silva kicks the ball to touch. And now a crucial line out for Science. They kept them under pressure and they have collapsed the scrum, so another collapse here could be some problems for the boys from Mount Lavinia. Now St. Peter's looking for Lakidu, and he collects the ball this time and forms rolling maul. Revon Pereira joining at the back of the maul now with Farouk. Science keeping the Peterites just a few meters away as the rolling maul goes strong for the Peterites. Finally being brought down. Now St. Peter's will play in this close court as Ashraf Farouk tries to make inroads, but he's been brought down. Now the second passage of play. Rock forms his referee. Now St. Peter's closer. Still not gone over the line. Looking for the shorter side. Play on. Now the Peterites finally going over for the second Amana Bank try, and that's Ashraf Farouk, who scored a try last Saturday at Nithavala, and he comes back and scores another one for the Peterites. The second Amana Bank try for the Bomber Brigade.
Yes, the Peterite forwards asserting their dominance on this clash, and both prop forwards for the Peterite found themselves on the score sheet. Ashraf Farouk continuing his try scoring from last week at St. Anthony's, and St. Peter's College, after being made to wait for close to 20 minutes, finally have their second Amana Bank try of this clash in a lovely move, courtesy the forwards. Did well off that initial rolling maul, were playing under an advantage, went to the rolling maul once again, and after being patient with the phasers, they touched down for their second Amana Bank try. And Science College will have to go back to the drawing board as Emit Javir lines up the conversion. The angle is good, but unfortunately the direction isn't. And the score will remain 12 points to nil here at Bambalapitia. Kudos must go to the Peterite forwards, Nilan. They've made their presence felt in this clash.
Yeah, they've already made the presence felt earlier on with those scrums they won. And St. Peter's on this game have changed their plan. They've moved to plan B, using their forwards a lot. We saw the previous games that they took the quick tap, spread the ball wide, wanted to run. But here, knowing that they have a clear advantage in that forward pack and playing to their strengths, has reaped benefits for the Peterites as Pereira kicks things off for the restart, and straight away Shenuka Pereira spilling the ball and giving Science an opportunity as Udan Gamage goes into contact with the receiver, looking for his options with Lianarachi now setting things up for Science College. Now Vedri Singh has options on both sides, but he goes towards the right as Abedira does not have any space to move from that corner. Now towards Gamage, who have been another player that Science always look forward when they are attacking. Now up Hetiarachi. St. Peter's been caught offside. Science is a free play now, but opting towards using their forwards as Galage again. Goes into the Petra defense. Still Science continuing that same tactic. Now finally addressing to Abedira there, but no space for him as Dhruvan Pereira has to come and do the cleaning work. Unfortunately, number 4 offside is the call, so that's Revon Pereira. Now Science have opportunity whether they want to go and add some points on the board, or will they go for the corner. It's a decision making time for Pereira.
Yes, it looks like Revon Pereira has pointed to the post, and I feel like that is the right call, Nilhan. Had Science College done that with the earlier penalties as well, they could have had 3 to 6 points on the board. So finally, I would say the right call from Dhruvan Pereira. It's in kick-in range for him, and he has a heavy boot on him. The skipper for Science College looking to add their first points of this clash. from about 30 meters or so. The kick is good from Dilruan Pereira, and Science College with their first points against the defending champions here at Bambalapitiya. 12 points to 3 now with 28 minutes played. And inching closer to that Pete Wright points tally are the boys from Mount Lavinia.
So this sends a message towards the Pete Wright defenders. So if they give away penalties, Science can put that 3 points intact as Vishenka Silva restarts the game. This time goes a bit deep. Collection is done by Methviru. Science College. Now they will look to exit here as Edirising looks for an angle as Silva takes the ball, and now to Pereira's boot. Another high hanging kick, and this time Shenuka Pereira doing the collection work and gives it back to Vishenka Silva. Tries to put a kick, but unfortunately Science College wanted to run, but he slips there. St. Peter's turning the ball over. Brilliant work there by the Peter Wrights. Now Shenuka Pereira gave that ball out. Now Shahid towards Ratnaik, the try scorer for the Peter Wrights. Now the forwards joining the act. Revon Pereira. No movement there. Pereira now spinning is with the Adit. He's having a bad day in the office. Senuddin Sar looks for options. Has skipper Silva. Then to Rajita Leon, but unfortunately Rajita Leon couldn't collect that pass. Forward pass is the call, Nathan. The second forward pass from skipper Vishenka Silva, unfortunately.
Yes, clear forward pass there on that occasion, and a second unforced error from the Pete Wright skipper. The Pete Wright backline has looked a bit rusty today, Nilhan, and that's cost them a few try scoring opportunities. But once again, the Science boys will be breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah, this is something we do not see very oftenly. When the forward pass, they have the options whether to take the scrum or the line out. And Science, knowing that they are struggling in that scrummaging, they have opted for the line out. So something we see very rarely in school rugby.
Yes, it's clear that the Science College boys are aware of that physical disadvantage that they have in the scrum, but this time the collection is clean from the line out, but the rolling maul not gaining any meters, and yes, they choose to spread it to their line. Here's Dilruan Pereira, high hanging kick once again from him. Ball spills out and is collected by Senuddin Sar, and reckless tackle there on that occasion by the Science College player. And now they'll go back to their forwards. Will St. Peter's College looking for points, are the defending champions. They'll be eyeing that bonus point Amana Bank try sooner rather than later. Shahid now goes to the back line. Emit Javir, lovely dummy. Revon Pereira to the skipper. Here's Vishenka Silva. Vishenka Silva cuts inside. This time opts for the inside man. Madhugasge brings play inside the red zone. Quick ball is needed, and Shahid is up to the task. Long pass there from Emit Javir. Finds Shenuka Pereira. Shenuka Pereira brought down just a couple of meters short of the try line, but does well to recover and go over. No, he hasn't. And Dilruan Pereira will take the quick tap. Dilruan Pereira, Pete Wright defense not aware, but brilliant last man tackle there by Vishenka Silva. End-to-end rugby here at Bambalapitiya. Here's the crossfield kick coming in now from the fly half, but Rajita Gion did well to collect, and the referee will bring play back. But what an amazing passage of play here, Nilhan. End-to-end rugby. And once again, good counter-attacking work from Science College. That's been their strong suit so far in this clash.
St. Peter's on the brink of scoring there. It's the second time that Shenuka Pereira has done that mistake. This time he tried to ground the ball and take it back, but referee deeming the other way around. And then Science skipper Dirwan Pereira had the presence of mind to take that quick tap and bring St. Peter's back wheeling through 40 to 50 meters there. And it has to be the skipper Vishenka Silva doing that final defending work. Then the Peterites were offside from there onwards, so things not looking good for St. Peters as Imit Jayavira, who's been going down with an injury. He had this happening last season also in the first game. From there onwards, he has been having slight issues, but he's up. St. Peters will look to bring in the changes and keep him as their main playmaker. It's a long season and they want the services of him throughout the season.
Definitely their first choice fly half Emit Javir. Unfortunately, injuries have been a problem for him. I think he's a player with a lot of potential, a lot of talent, a lot of promise, and a hard-working lad. But he's just had his struggle with injuries throughout the past 3 seasons. Has Emit Javir, but good call from the Peterite think tank to make that replacement, especially considering they already have the advantage in this clash. And I think Ashok Krishan Mallavarachi will slot into that fly half position. But it's quite heartening to see that Javir is on his feet, and we wish him a steady and a speedy recovery for tougher matches ahead for the Peterites.
So the penalty in favour of Science, and Science straight away opting for the 3 points to cut this deficit by 3 more points, heading towards the halfway mark. Dirwan Pereira is the man being trusted by the Science team to take these 3 points. He's been everywhere throughout this game. Man in defense, in attack, decision making, taking the kicks. He has been the go-to man as he puts this kick through this uprights to add 3 more points to Science College. So Dirwan Pereira's boot making inroads as he adds 3 more points, and it's 12-6. We are just a few minutes away from halftime.
Yes, brilliant play within Science College within 1 score of St. Peter's College, and they've been made to pay for their mistakes. As good as the forwards have been in attack, Nilan, I thought they've given away a few clumsy penalties in defense, and Dirwan Pereira making them pay. And Science College will look to do the catch-up work here as that kickoff is out on the full, says touch judge Raveen Alexander. So it will be a scrum from the halfway mark for the Peterites.
It's very crucial now. Just before the half time. Final passage of play now. This is the scrum that the Peterites need to turn it over and get an attacking move just before half time. Science have slowly come back to this game. A lot of people are not aware, but they have cut the deficit by half. So 2 more penalties could equalize the game for them. So St. Peter's needs to get this scrum working as they get the advantage. Now Shenuka Pereira breaks through from the back of the scrum. Krishan to Dinsara. Setting things up is Vimukti Aditya to Shahid. Shahid goes straight towards Revon Pereira. Now second phase of play with Janut Ratnaik hitting the Science defend hard. Now Sitil Nimsar look to snipe through. Science College giving away the penalty, and Shahid takes it quickly, but referee asking Shahid to come back to that initial mark. Now decision making opportunity. St. Peter's would go to the corner. This is what they wanted, Nathan.
Yes, definitely. They'll want to bring play as close to the Science College whitewash as possible. And that kick Brins play just on the edge of the red zone, and St. Peter's College will want to go into Lemons with a decent cushion. As you said, slowly but surely Science College have clawed their way back into this clash. Now just one score away from the Peterites, and they'll want to take a cushion with them into half-time, as the collection is good from Madugasge in the line-out. And St. Peter's trying to form that rolling maul, but the Science defense are being stubborn. Here's Farooq though with a thump-in carry into deep into Science College territory, and Revon Pereira with a good carry of his own, and now Peterites knocking on the door, but the ball just spilled out of that truck, but did well there, did Soisa to collect it. Now Ranasingh, St. Peter's College just a few meters away and winning another penalty. Quick tap taken by Shahid. Yes, Shenuka Pereira touches down under the post. It's Amana Bank try number 3 for the Bamba Brigade, and this has been a long time coming, hasn't it, Nilhan?
Yeah, the man who did all the running missed out on 2 opportunities, finally getting his name on the scoreboard. And it was some brilliant passage of play by the Peterite forwards, putting the pressure and securing that loose balls. And finally, this man using all his power to go through this Science defense easily and scoring it under the post, adding that important try just before halftime makes a huge difference to this game. And you see the points difference as Rajda Gion will look to add the easy extras, and he adds the extras, and that adds 2 more points to St. Peter's, and that's half-time. That's what the Peterites wanted, a scope just before half-time, and the forwards have done brilliantly and securing another try for the Peterites.
Yes, all 3 Amana Bank tries in this first half coming via the strong forward pack for St. Peter's College. They've been doing most of the heavy lifting. The back line has looked a bit rusty. They'll want to pull their socks up and put on a show of their own in the second half, as we have your half-time confirmation from Bambalapitia. It's 19 points to 6 to the defending champions. And with that, we'll head into a short commercial break, but don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the second half action on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, The Papare.